Many years ago, there was a village plagued by extreme darkness. A great evil came upon the village many years ago after some villagers connived and killed a poor fisherman for a crime he did not commit. The gods were extremely angry with the villagers for their actions and sent complete darkness upon the land. No one could leave the village as anyone who tried to cross into any of the neighboring villages mysteriously died, and the villagers for so many years lived in utter fear and extreme darkness. They hoped that one day the gods would forgive them and take away the darkness from the land. A girl named Ifinanya lived in the village forest with her mother, who was mentally deranged. She never got to know her father because her mother was taken advantage of by a man no one knew about. Ifinanya would come into the village market to beg for food daily, but no one was kind enough to give her food because she was the mad woman's daughter that no one wanted to be associated with. Ifinanya would wait until the traders in the market had all gone home, then she would go through the remnants from their trash cans to find something that she and her mother could eat. Most days, all they had to eat was spoiled food crawling with flies and maggots, but despite this, Ifinanya never left her mother's side as she did all she could to look after her. One day, Ifinanya's mother fell very sick, and Ifinanya did not know what to do, so she ran into the village crying and begging the villagers to come save her mother, but no one listened to her. Ifinanya then ran to the hut of the village herbalist, but the herbalist said he was too busy to attend to a mad woman. This broke Ifinanya's heart as she began to knock from door to door, pleading with the villagers for help, but no one came to her aid. Ifinanya ran back to the forest and sat down next to her sick mother, crying, when she suddenly heard whistling in the forest. "Please help me, my mother is dying," Ifinanya screamed at the top of her voice. A young man named Chidi rushed towards her and immediately put some herbs in her mother's mouth, and her mother fell into a deep sleep. "She'll be fine," Chidi said to Ifinanya, whose eyes were now filled with tears. Chidi asked Ifinanya what they were doing in the forest, and Ifinanya told him that the forest was the only home she had ever known. Chidi then looked at her with pity and gave her a magical stone. He told her to go into the village and give the stone to anyone who was ever kind to her. Every day for months, Ifinanya went into the village to ask for food, but no one was kind enough to give her food. She even went in search of jobs to do in exchange for food, but no one wanted to associate with a mad woman's daughter. This went on for a very long time until one fateful day. The chief priest of the village, named Obina, finally received a message from the gods after several years of silence. He rushed to the village chief's hut to reveal what the gods had told him. He said, "The gods told me that light will only come if and when the villagers accept the light." When the village chief, named Iz, heard this, he was confused and asked all the villagers to burn their lights around the village as this would restore their light. All the villagers brought out their sticks and began to light camps of fire around the village. They did this for days as they prayed to the gods to restore light to their village, but still, nothing happened. Chief Is then called Chief Priest Obina to consult the gods again to see if there was anything the gods wanted them to do. When Chief Priest Obina consulted the gods, there was no response, and the people were left in confusion. One evening, Ifinanya went into the village market to search for food from the trash cans littered around the village when a man began to scream, "Thief! Thief! Thief!" The people surrounded her, and Ifinanya tried to explain that she was only looking for food in the trash, but no one listened to her as their hearts were filled with wickedness. The people began to beat Ifinanya until she lost consciousness, then they left her unconscious by the corner of the market. After several hours, Ifinanya woke up and saw herself in a small hut. "Where am I?" she said, and as she was trying to figure out where she was, she saw Chidi, the young man she had met in the forest. She was relieved to see a familiar face but was in pain from the beatings. Chidi asked Ifinanya if she had given the magic stone to anyone in the village, and Ifinanya shook her head, revealing that no one had been kind to her yet, so the stone was still in her possession. Chidi smiled and told Ifinanya to keep the stone and that when she returns to the forest, she should place the stone on the forehead of her mother, and her mother would regain her sanity instantly. Chidi then told her that once she had done that, Ifinanya should take her mother out of the village and cross into the neighboring village where there is light. He told her to do this while holding the stone in her hand, that with the stone, the both of them would be able to leave the village without dying mysteriously. Ifinanya was so happy to hear this and rushed back to the forest to meet her mother. She did as Chidi had instructed and rubbed the stone on her mother's forehead. Immediately, her mother regained her sanity. Then Ifinanya and her mother left the village holding the stone, and nothing happened to them. They went into the neighboring village and started a new life there. It was the first time Ifinanya was seeing sunlight, and she was amazed at how beautiful the neighboring village was, as all she had known her life was darkness. However, the villagers in their former village remained in darkness as they kept on burning sticks, hoping that sunlight would soon be restored. This went on for a very long while until Chief Priest Obina received another message from the gods that the village had rejected its light and would remain in darkness forever. Chief Priest Obina then begged the gods for an interpretation as he was clueless on how they had rejected their light. The gods then revealed that light was given to them, but the villagers kept rejecting the light. The gods told Chief Priest Obina that the mad woman's daughter, Ifinanya, was the light the people rejected. That a little kindness from the villagers towards Ifinanya would have restored light to their village. When Chief Priest Obina and the villagers heard this, they began to look for the mad woman's daughter everywhere. They searched the whole village and the forest, but Ifinanya and her mother were nowhere to be found. That was how the villagers remained in darkness all their lives because of their wickedness towards Ifinanya and her mother. The lesson to be learned from this story is that a little kindness can go a long way. Always try to help people in need and do not look down on anyone because of their condition, because you never know if that person will be your savior tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please like it, subscribe, and leave a comment. It helps us grow our channel. I'll see you in our next story. Bye.